this reunion of the American 2nd Air Division will be a most enjoyable occasion for all concerned.
Oh, it's marvelous. It's the best day of all.
You've been waiting a long time for this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We're so glad you're here. Here, meet this lady. She was a war bride. This lady was a war bride. She married somebody from Hardwick. She's come to help us.
Right in this section that sticks out towards the railroad.
They had all the hangars right in here. Stored the bombs over in there.
June there. See that Rigman's pyramid in there?
I was looking on the map over there to see where all those. Oh, they got the total ones. It tells you how to get to the field a little bit. Here's a guy. Here's that thing in the church where we're going. This is where we're at there.
I think the room has grown in appreciation over the years that I've been here, certainly that's 11 years, and since the building was built, the whole library, as the collection of books has grown, the use of and appreciation of the room has increased enormously. I think people began by just discovering that they could find books about the States and learn a bit about the history of the 2nd Air Division, and as information about the presence of the room here has grown, more and more people are coming in asking us all sorts of difficult questions, requiring really quite a lot of research about the 2nd Air Division. And there's work with schools which has grown as well. Teachers have discovered that there is quite a lot of resources in the room, and they ask the staff for help with projects, and the whole thing is booming tremendously.
What's your prediction of the future of the memorial room?
I think that we're going to see a continuation of this growth. A lot of it depends on personal contact. If the staff of the room are able to get out and talk to schools, teachers somehow seem to need to be stimulated by personal contact. We've written letters in the past, we've sent them out posters, we've told them about what's available in the room. Somehow they don't respond to that, but when somebody goes and makes contact either by visiting their school or attending a meeting that they happen to be at, then we find that there's a good response.
What's your prediction of the use of video technology in the future for the library?
Well, I think there's a lot of potential there. We know that our schools, harking back to schools again, have got video equipment already. Our chief difficulty, of course, is the question of TV standards. And I think that we've noticed a change in recent years in curriculum. There's a lot of development of curriculum going on in the education field in this country. And that places a lot more emphasis on students actually doing their own work, going to primary sources and finding out for themselves what's happened in the past. Let's take history. So I think that a video collection here is going to be used very well, very well.
Last quick question. What do you enjoy most about working here at the library?
I think what I enjoy most is all the variety. I have a lot of library needs to meet in this area. And the American room, the memorial room, provides a wonderful extra dimension to that, because there's always a letter coming in from the states asking for a piece of information. Can we contact somebody? Can we report on a particular bomb group or an aircraft or an incident? As well as people who are interested in doing family research, and so they're not just using the memorial room but our other resources as well.
Tell me how large a population you serve and geographic area for the entire library.
Well, the population of Norwich itself, that's not just the city area but the whole conurbation, is about 200,000. But a lot of people come into this building from other parts of Norfolk, so I should think our catchment area is really getting up to 500,000 people.
But that, since it's all built up, it used to be just a straight shot on the bicycle in there. Now it's all built up. You can't, with one road we get on a bike and ride right into town. No problem nowadays. I think you get lost trying to get back and forth.
Where was that road from Attleboro? Oh, yes.
You're not in any of those.
Yeah, let's put our squadron down.
You would get that particularly, won't you?
I'll just check. He didn't. He said, do it again. Thank you, Tom.
The use of the library has increased quite considerably since the rearrangement in here. That's much better for the general public because they can see the room much better than it used to be. And we've had quite a large increase in visitors from America. Not groups necessarily, but individuals. There isn't many days in the summer where we don't get some Americans in here. And they're all very impressed by the library. That's a great credit, I think, to the Second Air Division Association. That's much more what it should be. That's much more living memorial than what it used to be. And I think a lot of that should go down to Bertha Chandler when she came over here for 2 years. She set the momentum for it, and I think that's carried on very much since then. We get a lot of relatives come now as well, relatives of Second Air Division men, sons, grandsons, students who perhaps studying over here, and they come in and say their father flew from Norfolk. And I say with the general public, the general citizens of Norwich, the library's used a lot more than when I first started here. I started here 5 years ago, and that's vastly different then to what it used to be.
We have young people here who, and especially at Shipton, we have a lot of young people who know so much about it. The whole area is interesting, certainly. Oh, well, there were a lot of people. That's okay. I'll always see you now.
Yes. That's something.
I guess you said, I guess.
Nice and bright.
What impact does this library have on the people that come here?
You mean the local people?
Yes.
Well, the older people, the people who remember the Second World War, it makes them remember what they saw here in those years. The young people, it is something new to them. They know very little about the activities of the Second Air Division, and it helps them to understand what went on here. And if we can explain what we have and show them the archives and the book plate and the museum and the Roll of Honor, it makes them begin to understand what it all means and why this place is here at all.
What do you project to be going on here in this library 10 years from now?
I think we probably have a lot less visitors from America, although I hope we get your children and your grandchildren coming here. I think we'll get more and more local people. I think the force now will be in the schools. The more I can get out to talk to the young people. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think certainly the volume of visitors has increased. The interest in it has increased tremendously since Bertha Chandler was here. And I should think, I don't see any reason why it would get any less popular or less interesting to the people who want to know about this.
Can you tell us if you think there'll ever be, you mentioned there might be less and less visitors coming over from the States in
yeah.
the future. Can you tell us if you'll ever consider doing a branch of the Memorial Library in the United States? Tell us a little bit about how you feel about that.
I hadn't considered that really. That would be up to the Second Air Division and the governors. I don't know. I think that it belongs here really, because this is where the Second Air Division was, and this is where the memories are. I think that the local people will always come here. They come here and show it to their children. It isn't just on normal times we don't see as many visitors in a day as we've been doing now. The main people here are local people.
I guess what I was getting at is do you think that there'll be a branch here and then like another branch over in the U.S.? How did you feel about it? That something be good? Because evidently a lot of Americans may not come over once this generation.
Yeah, but this library is supposed to be, as I understand it, is supposed to be to thank the people of East Anglia for being so kind to these airmen during the war. It's a gift to the people of East Anglia. So it belongs here, I would have thought. Anyway, I mean, these are American books, and you can have American books in America, but there just aren't available here. And this makes all this body of knowledge available, is to have it here. I think the good thing is to have these branch libraries that we've set up in the last few months, to take it out into the countryside, close to the bases where the people were. These are the people that really know the Second Air Division, and many of them never come out of the village, and they don't come in here. And if we get the branch libraries out there with all the unit histories and the information about America and everything, then it's much more accessible for them.
Anything else you'd like to add that you think would be important? One 30-second bite about what might be the most important thing about the library that people should understand.
Well, just the two aspects of this room, the archives of the Second Air Division, which we are keeping forever, and the books about America, which we keep renewing so that the information will be fresh for the people of Norfolk.
What's the biggest challenge for you as the librarian here?
Just not to work 24 hours a day, really. I mean, there's just so many things to do. The biggest challenge is to try to not do everything, I suppose. I try to do a little bit of school visits and a little bit of talking and a little bit of archive work and everything, but there's just so much here that could be explored. The biggest challenge is to just know how to balance it all, I suppose.
What is your American background?
I'm of French Huguenot descent. I'm 9th generation American. I'm from the Hudson Valley, Poughkeepsie, New York. I went to Goucher College in Baltimore. I worked in New York City for 13 years in publishing. I was import manager at Macmillan. And then I took another degree in library science, mostly to escape New York City. And I worked in New York City libraries and New York State libraries, and then I worked in Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. And then I came over here. I've worked in University of London, Holland. I've worked for the National Trust. I set up a library in London. I've done a lot of different things.